Hey everyone, unfortunately I'm still sick. So that sucks. Just like I did in my last video with the whole kill 3 birds with 1 stone sort of thing, I'm going to take care of all the tags that I'm tagged in, which is going to be kind of crazy. So I'm going to try to do this really fast, and this should be something to watch, so stay tuned. But yeah, so I'm going to leave all the links in the doobly-doo down below, and I'm going to get started like now. Let's start off with the B-Room Cliff Tag, and this was started by Pulling Bananas Books, or Pulling Bananas 20. Christine, you should know her because she's probably one of the most subscribed booktubers, so if you aren't watching her, where have you been? And I was tagged by I Am Not a Worm, which, why aren't you a worm? Worms are pretty cool, especially bookworms named Bill. So let's get into it. So I got a fair amount of boy characters. I have 18 in here because I haven't read too many books, unfortunately, so far. But I will be reading a lot more books, and maybe I'll do this again when I have a lot more characters in mind. But I have 18, so I'm going to do this 6 times, so let's begin. So let's just choose 3. Okay. So I have Ron Weasley from Harry Potter, Hugh Apiston from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, Wade Owen Watts from Ready Player One. This is a toughie. Definitely a toughie. It's a toughie. I don't know what a toughie is. Ron. Oh, I dropped Ron. Sorry, Ron. Ron Weasley's a pretty cool dude, so I think I'm gonna room with him. Hugh's pretty cool too, but the bees would scare me because I do not like bees. I ain't dealing with that. And to room with him, if he gets pissed, he can sting you. No, thank you. So I'm pushing him off, and then I'd want to be Wade Owen Watts. He gets to play in the Oasis, which, video games? Heck yeah. And the Oasis sounds frickety frackin' awesome, especially at the end of the book. That'd be cool to be him. Next people. Alex Rider from the Alex Rider series, Eric from Divergent, and Jacob Portman from Miss Peregrine's. Okay, well Eric, you're a jerk, so you're dead. Jacob Portman, I'm pretty sure I'd room with him, because you can see monsters in that, and I mean his life sounds kind of crazy right now. So I don't think I necessarily want to be him, but that'd be cool to room with him and stuff. He seems like a pretty cool dude, and then I'd get to see other of the Peculiar Children. That'd be pretty cool. And I'd love to be Alex Rider. This was one of my favorite series as a kid. And, I mean, who wouldn't want to be like a 12, 13, 14-year-old spy? That's freaking awesome. And how he gets out of situations and all the cool gadgets he gets to use. Sign me up. Patrick from The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Voldemort from Harry Potter. And Al from Divergent. Okay, now that's pretty tough. Well, Voldemort, obviously, off the cliff. Bye-bye, Voldemort. I'd be Patrick, because he's a pretty cool dude, so why not be him? And then Al from Divergent I'd room with. He seemed like a pretty cool dude, until, you know, he did that stuff to Triss. Shouldn't have done that, dude. Anyway, let's continue. Brad from The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Christopher from The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, and Millard Nullings from Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And that's the invisible guy, if you didn't know. So, okay. Brad, you're a douche. You're off. I mean, Brad was in an unfortunate situation, but he messed with Patrick, and you don't do that. Millard Nuggins. What's up with me saying Nuggins? Millard Nullings. Be pretty awesome to be invisible. So I'm rooming with Christopher. That'd be kind of a hassle. But you know what? Christopher seems like a pretty cool dude. And as long as he is his dog and I treat him well and don't wear the color yellow and stuff, I think we could be good friends. Okay. And 2 more. So we have 4 from Divergent, Harry Potter from the Harry Potter series, and Grover from Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Ooh. Who would I want to kill? I'll just be Harry Potter, because who wouldn't want to live in that world? Oh, this is hard. Alright, you know what? This is hard, guys. I'm sorry. But I think I'm going to room with 4, because I just like how he thinks and stuff. It's pretty cool, and he's a hunk of a man, so why not be friends with him? So, sorry, Grover. You're off. And so my last one. Augustus Waters from The Fault in Our Stars. Charlie from The Perks of Being a Wallflower. And Percy Jackson from the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. As much as I don't want to say this, Augustus Waters I mean, I like him as a character, but if you haven't read, just stop listening for a second. He's going to die eventually, so I mean, it's sad, I know, but what am I gonna do? Sorry, Augustus. I hope it's a quick and painless death. I'm sorry, Augustus. I feel so bad now. Pushed him off the cliff. Definitely would want to be Percy because I'd love to live in that world. And Annabeth. Wow, that was bad. There we go. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use that row. I've said row like 4 times now. And that leaves rooming with Charlie, which would be pretty cool. I mean, we have a lot of stuff in common. So, I mean, yeah. And also I'd get to know Sam. This one I'm getting to know all the ladies. Okay, so that was that tag. So now the book tag, which, fantastic name by the way. I was tagged by Ryan Books. I'll link down below. And by the way, all the people that link me, they're pretty cool guys and gals. So go check them out, please, because they're awesome. Okay, so Ryan Books tagged me. This was started by TheHeelsHaveEyes. So which book would you use as a weapon? No doubt in my mind, Charles Dickens' 5 novels. Do you see how big this book is? Like, look at it. It's wider than my chin. It's huge. It's heavy. And it has gilded pages, which makes it even better as a weapon. But yeah, like this thing would hurt. So definitely this. First book in a series that made you desperate for the next book. I mean, there's a lot of really good series, but right now I can't wait for the sequel, and that's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I need the novel Ransom Riggs. I know it comes out January 11th. That's in a couple days. But I need it now, please. Third question is, what book made you feel all fluffy inside? I haven't read too many happy books. Okay, this book made me fluffy, but it made me really sad as well. It was kind of those all-around books, and that was The Fault in Our Stars. That was a roller coaster of emotion for me. I know it's pretty sad at times, but again, there were times where I was just like, oh, cuteness. Which book made you jump into its world? Now, I could choose many books. Probably Harry Potter is probably the most popular one. So I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to use one of the lesser common books. And that is The Alchemist by Michael Scott. And this is The Secrets of the Secrets to the Immortal Nicholas Flamel series. That's a long name. When I read this book, honestly, like, it was like the whole thing with Harry Potter. Like, right after you read Harry Potter, you kind of like want to get a stick and see if it works. No shame. Right after I read this, I tried to like concentrate my aura and use its powers. No joke. Which book made you want to stop within the first couple of chapters? Cut. This was in the first couple of pages. It might be a good book because I've heard some pretty good things about it, but I just can't get into it. I'm sorry, I just can't, and I'm not gonna try. Sorry. Nope, you're done. Which book do I want to read again and again? Probably one of the only books that I've ever reread. And that is Maximum Ride by James Patterson. This, I'd love to reread again and again. It's a great story, great idea. I like it. Which series do I wish that the author would write another book? Well, I'm going to kind of change this, and it's not technically a series, but I'd love to have the next thing about Charlie from The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I never will know. I'm sorry. I definitely want to know either what's going on with Charlie, or I just want another book from this author, because, oh, it's fantastic. And last but not least, what book made you fall in love with reading? Now, I could say Harry Potter, one of those things, but I'm going to go more recently. Like, after I turned off and I came back on, what was that first book that I read that really got me wanting to read more books? And that book was actually Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Guys, this book, this is like the nerdiest of all books, and that's in a good way, guys. Oh, great book, guys. Comes recommended. I nerded out completely with all the video games and 80s pop culture and stuff. Yeah, this got me hooked on the reading. Last tag. This is the Winter Wonderland book tag, and I was tagged specifically by We Adore Books, and also kind of by Peruse Project, Bookish or Nerdy, and basically everyone, because so many people were doing this tag. They're like, if you watch it, you're tagged by me. So basically I'm tagged by everyone, but specifically by We Adore Books, which is pretty cool. They're a pretty good channel too, so guys, go check them out. They're rather new too, so yeah, just go check out everyone's channel. That'd be cool. And this was started by Jack Eats Books, so yeah. What book is so happy and sweet that it warms your heart? let's just go with an ending. I think we're going to go with The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. While the whole thing is definitely not one of those happy-go-lucky books, the ending warmed my heart. And if you haven't read it, guys, go read it. Again, it's a really fast read, and the ending just made me go, oh. That was not manly. So, there goes my manliness card. What is your favorite book with a white cover? This is a book by Dimitri Martin. This is a book by Dimitri Martin. That's the name of this book, and it's actually filled with jokes and stuff. And it's a pretty cool book. Dimitri Martin's pretty funny, so yeah, that's the one with the white cover. So you're sitting in a nice comfy chair, wearing a onesie, with a lovely warm hot chocolate, but what monster read are you reading? And that would definitely be Stephen King, Under the Dome. I read like 200, 300 pages into it, and then I stopped, unfortunately, so I have to reread those pages, but I want to just read through this because I heard it's a really good book, and I'd love to just read through it. Stephen King writes some Hulk books, so I want to get this off my TBR. So that'd be my book. It started snowing, so you decided to have a snowball fight. What fictional character would you love to have a snowball fight with? Harry Potter, Ron Weasley, Hermione Granger, all those people. They'd be so much fun to have a snowball fight with. So, yeah, gonna choose them because that'd be pretty awesome. Sadly, your fire is beginning to die out. So what book would you tear the last few chapters out to throw into the fire? Instead of just throwing the last chapters, let's just throw the whole book. The House of the Seven Gables by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I hate that book so much. Last question. What book is so close to your heart that you would gift to someone for this Christmas who hasn't read it before but wants to get into reading? This is not necessarily really close to my heart, but it's one of those really fast reads that if you are in a reading slump or you do want to get into reading and you just want something to read pretty fast and kind of get attached to, that book would be The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. It's a really fast read, it's a pretty cool story and everything, and I'd probably have them read this. Okay, so those are all my tags. That was pretty crazy. So thanks for joining me. I hope to see you all next time. Peace.